Hey, talofa lava. This is Leotawa Dr. John Peterson with TE2 Edge Sports Cards. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and you can get notified when new videos are being put online onto YouTube. Definitely appreciate the subscribers that we've had so far, and looking forward to continuing to put content up on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. You can find TE2 on eBay at RJP2532. That's RJP2532. TE2 is also on My Slabs. Just go to My Slabs and put TE2 in the search bar and click the magnifying glass icon, and you'll see all the different listings that we have for cards up there. Yeah, so what's new in the card world? I saw that a 56 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 7. Oh, it was a nice card. Sold for about $6,500 yesterday on auction. I thought that price was pretty decent. Tracked that card for a couple days, and for a hot minute thought maybe I might get in on that action, but gonna hold out. There's also an SGC copy of the 56 Topps Mantle currently on My Slabs, and I kind of like that one too. I think there's a corner that's a little soft on that, but the 56 Mantle, I'm not trying to chase the 56 Topps set. I don't really chase sets necessarily, or try and complete sets, I should say, not chase. But what I would like to do is I would like to try and get the 56 through 60 cards of Mantle, Mays, Aaron, and Clemente. That's Mantle, Mays, Aaron, and Clemente. 56 Topps, 57 Topps, 58 Topps, 59 Topps, and then 60 Topps. I do have a little bit of the 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, but my sweet spot really is, 54 to 61. I would say those 7 years are the years that I tend to focus on in terms of vintage baseball. I do have some 55s. Here's an example of a 55 that I've got. This is 55 Topps Aaron, which is cool. But I'm not a super, I like the 55 Topps set. It's a top 5 set for me, but I prefer the 56 Topps set. Plus, you've got Mantle in the 56 Topps set. You don't have Mantle in the 54 or 55 Topps set. So that's kind of what I'm going to start to work on as a project. Right now I've got a 56 Mays coming back, graded from PSA. I did a crossover from CSG to PSA. I've got two 56 Topps Clementes. I do have a 56 Topps Aaron. It's not in the greatest shape, but still a nice card nonetheless. And let's see here, do I have a 56? I've got a 56. I don't have the 56 Mantle, so that's going to be the big card out of all those cards. 57 Mantle I've got, 57 Aaron, 57 Clemente, 57 Mays. I have all the 57s. I have a 58 Mays. I'm auctioning off a 58 Aaron right now. I think I might have another 58 Aaron. I have to go look. I've got most of that set that I picked up recently. 59's doing pretty solid on 59's. I have the 59 Mantle, have the 59 Mays, have the 59 Aaron, and have the 59 Clemente. I actually have two 59 Clementes. And then for 1960, I've got Mays, Aaron, two Clementes, but I don't have the Mantle. So the big cards that I've got to fill out to complete the 56 to 60 run of Mays, Mantle, Aaron, and Clemente will be the 56 Mantle, which I'd like to get something that's a 7 or higher, and the 60 Mantle. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working on here now for vintage. And of course, still ripping the junk wax, as you can see here with the 92 Pinnacle Series 2. the last video I did talked a little bit about chasing inserts and chasing good, decent base cards in junk wax from the late 80s to the early 90s, and in some cases up to 93, 94. By the time you hit 93, 94, 95, you're looking at a little more expensive product. But I figure what I do is I bought a new camera stand. I'm sure those of you that have been hanging with me over the past 6 months are appreciative of the fact that I finally got a small camera stand with a nice microphone on it, although I'm not using that microphone right now, and then an LED light mounted along with the desk LED that I've got, just to kind of keep things nice and bright. Pretty low production here with TE2. I choose to spend my money and time mostly on other things. Obviously, paying my mortgage, paying the bills, buying groceries, paying for gasoline. Everything's been more expensive lately, of course, with inflation. But also spending some money on cards too. But I did spring for the 40 or $50 to get this 6-in-1 stand. It's a Mercury, and I think it's going to be a much better setup for looking at cards and breaking open wax and chasing different stuff in wax. So yeah, again, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You can see my Slabs page. Check me out on My Slabs. I also put together some nice posts on Instagram. Let me go to that. So you can find me on Instagram here under Leatawa _ Dr. John Peterson. I am right there. And I've got a bunch of cards on Instagram. Whoops. Scroll up here. Yeah, so buying, selling, trading. I'm not super well known on YouTube. Relatively new player in the game, I guess is the best way you would put it. But I definitely have some cards. I don't have a lot of the ultra modern. Really, I don't have any ultra modern other than some LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Trae Young, a little bit of basketball. Most of my stuff is vintage and modern, going up to 2018. Actually, sorry, 2014. So yeah, definitely check me out. Check out the channel if you haven't done that yet. Check out some of the older videos. There's some classic ones in there from earlier in the year. Yeah, just overall, thanks for watching, and hopefully this setup works a little bit better. So, what are we chasing today in this Pinnacle box as I do this box break? I broke open a box of this Pinnacle. It was a super pack box. Oh, the packs were, at the time, $3 back in 1992. There were quite a few packs in there. I want to say there were maybe close to 26 to 30 packs. Cards came about this many cards per pack, if that gives you an idea. This is not a super pack box. This is just a regular box, 16 cards per pack. But the cards we're really looking at chasing in this box, there's really 3 that I've pulled as examples. So here's the first one. This is the Griffey base card in this set, graded as a gem mint, which this one is not, I don't think. It won't come back gem. A little over $200. So in that super pack box, I pulled out 2 of those. This one's better, a little more centered. Each of the super pack packs had 3 Team 2000, kind of like a version of the All-Stars, guys that they thought would be relevant in 2000. So from 1992 to 2000, pulled out this. I don't know that there's a PSA 10 in this card. I haven't seen it. I haven't been able to find it on a 130 point. I don't think we'll pull any of these out of this box today, though. And then this Bonds. I just love Bonds. Love Bonds with the Pirates. Love his swing. Love the fact that he choked up Actually got a foul ball from Bonds during batting practice about 20 years ago. Screamer. Caught it with my glove. It was coming hot. He could hit the ball hard. Oh my God. If you never saw Bonds play, oh, you have no idea how much torque he was able to generate on his swing, and how quickly he was able to get the bat head around on the ball. It was pretty amazing to watch him in batting practice. So definitely like that card. Resale value, 9. Yeah, you're looking at 15, 20 bucks max. At least the cost of the slab. But if it comes back into 10, you're looking at 40, 50 bucks on this. There is a Griffey insert called a Pinnacle Butler that I'm hunting and chasing right now. I don't know what the odds are of getting it. I haven't looked it up online, but yeah, if we were to pick up one of those, that'd be fantastic. That card's about a $1,200 card in PSA 10. So point being, I paid $30 for this box. 1992 score Pinnacle. This is the Premier Edition. There's also a Jeff Kent rookie card, which has got some value. I think that's like a $200 card. I don't really know why though, and I don't know what the resale value is on Jeff Kent cards. I guess I could get one graded. These are the packs. That looks like Jeff Bagwell on the front. So I don't know if I'll get through this entire box. That would be a pretty long video. I'll just rip the box here. It's pretty easy to do it that way. Pull these packs out. Whoops. And again, we're looking at scratching the itch, so to speak. People love to rip wax. That's why people get into breaks. That's why people go out and spend $300, $400, $500, $600, $800 on a box of cards. For me, if I'm going to spend that much on a box of cards, I definitely want to know that it's going to be a good investment. And some of the newer stuff, it's just too dicey. I can't justify spending hundreds of dollars on a box that may or may not return that money on the investment. I know it's fun to speculate on newer players. I did it a ton when I was younger. But as I get older, hopefully I get a little bit wiser. So, all right, so let's open up a few of these packs. Ooh, bricked pretty good. Some of the cards in the other box were bricked, but they weren't bricked to the point where there was card loss. So in terms of how I handle that, I usually bend the cards a little bit. Try and separate them as much as possible. Sometimes you have to pull them apart. Like that, and then usually you're good to go. These cards were in these Pinnacle cards. These are pretty cool. They've got the pitcher on the left, and then the grip they would use to throw a particular pitch on the right. In this case, it's David Cone on the left. David Cone threw a no-hitter. I think it was back in the 90s, early 2000s. I can't remember for sure, but that's a grip for throwing a curveball. So we'll go through a few of these packs. I'm not gonna go through the whole box. That would be a pretty long video. And not too much in that pack. You got Ruben Sierra on the front. Ruben Sierra was a late 80s, early to mid 90s left-handed hitter. Mostly played for the Rangers. Put up some good stats for a few years. Ooh, yeah. Listen to that breaking. I'm sure that's really loud, but kind of have to do it. Yeah, so it's this Jim Catfish Hunter and Scott Sanderson. They've got these Shades cards in here. They're not worth very much, but still a cool card. I think that's Eric Davis. This is a card that I think is pretty cool. I don't even know, they don't even really give it a name. The back says category, the technician, subject, infield. This is a Sandberg. The resale value on Sandberg cards are actually pretty decent because of the Chicago market. I probably won't get that graded though. I'm gonna leave that in there, but if I found a Griffey, I definitely would get that graded. So what are we looking for here? We're looking for Griffey. We're looking for Bonds. We are looking for Jeff Kent. Any Hall of Famers. The George Brett's worth some money in the set, but that's Series 1. Series 1 also has Manny. I pulled, let's see here, when I got 2 boxes of the Series 1, I pulled out 4 of the Ramirez's, who I'm hoping one day will make it into the Hall. You've heard me talk about him before. I think for a 10-year span, he was the most productive hitter in baseball, mid 90s to mid 2000s. He was definitely a hitting machine. Sorry about the creaking of the table. So yeah, some people like these box breaks. I get into this. There's Jack Morris and Steve Avery. Black Jack Morris. He's a Hall of Famer, I believe. I've got some 90s score that I picked up on Sunday. I pulled open, broke open 1 box of that and pulled out 2 of the Bow cards, which to me is an iconic card. Let me see if I've got a copy of that. Yeah, 90 score, great set. There is more in there than what you would think. Of course, there's the first scorecard of Griffey. So that's basically his rookie card in score. Even though his base rookies are the 89 Fleer, 89 Donruss, this 89 Topps Traded, of course, is his Topps. Technically his Topps rookie, but his base rookie is the 1990 Cup rookie card. So yeah, so you pull this out. Nice card. I pulled out 1 of those. This is a Bo Jackson error card. It's got the Watham on the back versus Wathan. Watham is the error. It's worth about 40 in the gem mint. And then these cards. Which were just known as the Bow cards back in the day. I used to have a ton of these. These cards resale 200, 225, 175, depending on what you get. So the score, listen to that breaking. The score boxes that I picked up on Sunday were $20 a box. So you figure, spent $60 on 3 boxes, get to open up all that wax for pretty, low risk investment. This is Sandy Alomar. Oh, cool. This is Sandy Alomar Sr. and Roberto Alomar. Roberto Alomar, of course, is a Hall of Fame second baseman. Here's the Ruben Sierra version of that technician card, I guess I would call it. Kind of surprised they didn't give it a name. I'd love to get the Griffey in that. So I've got an auction on eBay right now for some vintage, which I've talked about in a prior video, and I've gotten some good response to that. Mostly 60s vintage. Got some Hank Aaron. A lot of it is off-centered, not in terribly great condition, but one thing I found on eBay is that people love low grade raw vintage. If it's not, I mean, unless it's a really high-end card, you know, even if you can get it graded and sell it for 40, 50 bucks, I think you got a better chance selling the raw stuff than you do the graded stuff when it comes to low grade vintage. Just a little tip. Not everybody wants to buy graded slabs. You know, some people are looking to fill out there's a Randy Johnson. I guess he likes to take photographs. It's a huge camera lens. Look at the size of that camera lens. Oh, here's a cool card. Tom Candiotti. His nickname was the Candy Man. He was a knuckleballer. A two-fingered knuckler. Oh, here's a Kent. So this card will get graded. Maybe. Looks like there's some stuff up here in the upper right-hand corner. Yeah, I probably won't get that graded, but I'll put it to the side nonetheless. If you think you might get it graded, put it to the side. Get the jewel out later. You always want to look at your cards before you submit them, unless you don't care. Some people don't care. You know, just get whatever grade they get. I think for the modern stuff, you got to look and see what the resale value is. I mean, the resale value is less than what the cost of the slab of the card is, then don't get it graded. So, and that's a 9 for a 9. So if you're gonna do 8s on anything, you better make sure you can get your money back if you want to sell it, unless you're just doing it for collecting reasons. If you're just doing it to collect, then that's a whole different story. But if you're doing it as a business like I am, and you're looking to resell stuff on My Slabs or eBay, or Instagram, what have you, then you got to make sure. There's a Kenny Lofton. I think Kenny Lofton's going to make it into the Hall. I don't know if he's going to be first ballot. Probably not. But I'd say he's a top 10 leadoff hitter in the history of the game. Actually, surprisingly hits for power. Here's another one of those cards. Steve Avery. He was a lefty for the Braves. Pretty robust talent coming into the league. A lot of hype around him. This is a fastball. Okay, 4-fingered fastball, or 4-seamed fastball. Excuse me, 2-finger fastball with the 4 seams. So when this ball comes out of the hand, it spins backward, and the 4 seams cause the ball to rise a little bit if you throw it hard enough. I used to do some pitching in youth. Back then, I played a lot of baseball growing up, a ton of baseball, and watched a lot of baseball too. Went to a lot of games at County Stadium, for those of you that are Brewers fans. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to get these. All right, not really hitting much so far. Yeah, so hopefully those of you who like to watch wax get ripped, you know, I acknowledge that some places you can't even get wax. You know, you can't just go to a local card shop. We're blessed with a lot of card shops up here in the Twin Cities. I usually go to a couple, 2 or 3. We don't have a ton of shows. We do have a monthly show that happens usually in Bloomington, Minnesota. It's a Twin City Sports Collectibles show, and I'm actually I'm actually a member of that organization now, that association, and can be a dealer. You know, I got to get some cases though for my cards before I do that. So if you have any hot tips on good cases to buy that are not super expensive for showcasing your cards at a show, let me know. I also need to kind of find a partner in crime here. My main guy who I've been working with, my friend Eli, who I've known since 1980. We went to elementary school together and middle school together. He is a promoter for the Midwest All-Stars of Wrestling League. And so he's been super busy with that. He's owned card shops in the past, and it's a great wealth of information. We were thinking of opening up a shop here a couple months ago, but he got too busy with the wrestling stuff, which is great. They're actually on TV, and they do shows that they promote throughout the Minnesota, Wisconsin area, a little bit of North Dakota too. So we were going to do shows together, but he's busy, so I got to find somebody else, because you don't want to do a show by yourself. You got to have another person there to watch your stuff, otherwise you can get stuff stolen. My gosh, this is excruciating trying to get this card out of there. Okay, Chris Bosio. He was a Brewer pitcher. He was decent. Never an all-star, but all right, this is gonna be the last pack that I show on video here. Kind of ham-hocking these packs, partly because these are pretty durable cards. Oh, geez. There we go. All right, Moisés Alou. That Pinnacle Shades. I wish this was Pinnacle Shades Griffey. Here's another one of those Sandbergs. So that's why I'm not going to get it graded. It's pretty high print, high pop. I think it's probably worth too much. All right, Joe Orsulak. Some of these names are funny. So the moral of the story is this, and I said this in the prior video: you don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on wax, unless of course you want to. If you want to get the ultra modern wax, of course that's a different situation. But you don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on wax. If you're really interested in ripping some boxes and pulling some hits, I would recommend try junk wax. You know, from the late 80s to the early 90s. I hesitate to say the mid 80s, because some of that wax from the mid 80s for baseball and football gets pretty expensive. You know, I think an 83 Topps 83 baseball box is, geez, I don't know, $500-600. So that's pretty spendy. And in those mid 80s, early 80s, the condition of the cards, oh, it's so variable. It's really, really hard to find cards in decent condition. So, but this stuff, early 90s, you can find some gem mint stuff out of this for really cheap. I mean, I don't know, like I said, $30-35 a box. And yeah, you can pull out a $200-300 card, and every once in a while, if there's an insert in the set, you can pull out something that's 500 plus if it gems. So thanks for watching. Peace out, one love. I appreciate everyone watching the program, watching the show, and I'll get this uploaded later today. All right, peace out, one love.